Okay, so Go Battle Leagues. Let's talk about that for a minute. They are starting to get tough. I have gone ahead and got myself up to rank 6. Ranks 1, 2, and 3 were going pretty well for me. I definitely feel like I had a leg up on some of the newer players because of the knowledge that I've gained from doing the Silpharina tournaments. Rank 4, that's where I started to see some more meta relevant stuff coming in. I don't think I saw a single Zapdos in rank 4. Um, I started seeing more, your Azumarill leads and then your Defense Deoxys, Bastiodon, Probopass, just some more meta stuff that is being used a lot, that's highly ranked on like PvPoke or the Silpharina's guide that they put out. But yeah, since it's blind picks, that's really troublesome. You have no idea what your opponent's going to have. And because of that, I had this idea that wouldn't work in like a Silpharina tournament at all. Going with 3 of the same type is generally a bad idea. But since it is blind picks and there's sort of a meta that's developed that's pretty diverse, I was thinking, you know what? Let's try 3 steel types. So we've got Steelix, Dragon Tail, Crunch, Earthquake. Fantastic pick. He's one of my favorites in PvP in general. I'm actually really excited to test him out in the Ultra League whenever that drops down. I do have a maxed out perfect Steelix ready to go. I just need to get that second charge move on him. So that'll be fun. But let's go in, lead with the Steelix. And this is going to be an interesting matchup. We kind of both resist each other. Since Steelix's quick move is Dragon Tail, that's going to be resisted by the fairy typing of Wigglytuff. But since Steelix is Steel type, he's going to resist the Charm from Wigglytuff as well. We're going to throw a Crunch here. Hopefully they think this is Earthquake. Earthquake would do a ton of damage to them, so we're hoping it's Steal a Shield here. And then I think if they do shield it, we're just going to go ahead and swap into Melmetal. So we got that shield. That's great. Melmetal here. All right, so at this point, after this, I'm guessing Ice Beam comes through. If he does have a hard counter for Steel types, I guarantee he's going to switch into it. So he's keeping that Wigglytuff in. I think that means he's not really going to have a hard counter for any of the Steels, which is great for us. Got both the shields down at this point, so that's awesome. I do think that Wigglytuff's going to end up taking out this Melmetal. That's fine. I really just wanted to throw that in there to see if we had anything to worry about. If we did have something to worry about, I would rather whatever that fighter is take down Melmetal while taking heavy damage from him, and then Steelix could finish him off than like having Bastiodon get locked into it. But yep, we'll go ahead and let this one go. He's out of shields. We've got 2 shields. We're going to bring Steelix back in to finish off this Wigglytuff. We'll just throw that Crunch. That should take care of it. And then it doesn't really matter what he has in the back at this point. Steelix with a little bit of energy, 2 shields, and then Bastiodon, without them having a definite counter for it. Oh yeah, this is going to be just fine. We'll go ahead and switch into Bastiodon here, soak up this damage. Foul Play would have done a little bit of damage to Steelix, and he's getting a little bit low on health, so we'll just preserve him for a bit. It was a last resort. So that's not even going to bother Bastiodon at all. He can take those all day. It'll be interesting to see if this is going to be another last resort or if it's a foul play. It's another last resort. So, okay, this is a Umbreon with the Community Day exclusive move, Last Resort. It can be a great move to help you out of certain situations, but it's just a normal type move that is going to give you some general coverage, but not really against Bastiodon. He's just going to tank that like it's nothing. Unfortunately for him, you really need to have the second move unlocked for Umbreon for it to be, viable. Last Resort is a fantastic second move to have, but if it's the only move you have, it's not going to do much help for you. And I learned that the hard way because I did take an Umbreon with Last Resort, but not the second move unlocked. Into a ranked tournament a couple months back. But yeah, not looking good for our opponent here. Altaria loses really, really, really hard to Bastiodon. That's the great thing. So There are a few things that counter Bastiodon, and they counter him pretty hard, but if I don't run into those, I'm not in any trouble. I can tank most of the attacks that are going to come in. I can do some pretty heavy damage. If I come into another steel type, I've got Flamethrower, so that helps me with that. Flamethrower can do stuff to some other things that might hurt me too. Grass moves, they're not going to be like super heavy hitting or anything, but if I do run into a grass opponent, Flamethrower is going to take care of that as well. So first match, that worked out pretty well. Like I said, if they don't have an answer for steel, man, they've got 3 steals. It's not gonna be great for them. Running into a major fighting type would hurt. A Machamp, I would be very worried about a Machamp, or especially a Lucario. Lucario would 100% just wreck this team. But I haven't ran into either of those so far in the matches that I've done. The only fighter I've actually encountered is Medicham, and I really think that the triple steel team can take out a Medicham no problem. So we're going to go into this lead here. Once again, it's kind of a bummer. Steelix is going to I'm going to swap him out because that Azumarill is going to resist his quick attacks. The Azumarill didn't swap out, and he is going to be taking super effective damage from these electric type moves that I throw at him. So I feel like, once again, he does not have a solid answer for steel. This would have been a fantastic time to switch out and save that Azumarill for, maybe building up a Hydro Pump for that Steelix, unless he just doesn't have Hydro Pump, which is very possible. So he's going to throw a Play Rough. But yeah, we'll go ahead. I'm hoping to take this second shield. Honestly, if I was the opponent, I would not shield this. We'll see what happens. He did shield it. That's fantastic. So once again, first Pokemon in, out of shields. I've got some energy in the back. I'm going to throw this Thunderbolt. It's going to do some hefty damage. Depending on what he's got in the back, I feel pretty good about this match too. So it's looking like this whole triple steel thing might get me by for a little bit until some other players catch on. Go back into the Steelix. We'll do a Crunch again, just like last time. I don't think Crunch will actually finish off the Azumarill. It's going to resist it, but he doesn't have much health. We'll see what happens. That's actually fantastic, because that means I can farm up just a tiny bit more energy. Ice Beam, Play Rough. I'm not too worried about whatever it's going to be. It won't hit me too hard. And yep, I'm going to get a little bit of energy gain on this Steelix here. And let's see what's bringing in. All right, cool. So, Marstomp is pretty good. I wouldn't think that it's quite as good as Swampert. I guess that could come down to opinion, because it does have Mud Bomb, which is a great move. But I'm going to get this Earthquake off on it and do either enough to kill it or enough to get really, really close to killing it. Really close. Honestly, if I was this person, whenever the Steelix swapped out at the beginning into the Melmetal, I probably would have thrown the Swampert in at that, because it's going to resist the electric moves that Melmetal has with its ground typing. But this works out better for us. We'll go ahead and take that down. Once again, we've got this Bastiodon. We've got a shield on him. And yep, like I said earlier, Flamethrower is going to be able to counter this Steel type right here pretty hard. Boom. So we'll get off one more of those. Not too worried about whatever he's got. It's not going to end me. But we'll get off one more of those Flamethrowers. And that should end the battle for us. This is my last one for the day. I was able to do all 25 today, which was pretty cool. The increase for being able to do 25 instead of 15 is nice. And the reduced distance, you only have to walk 3 kilometers for 5 battles now. That is also pretty nice. Got some lag here. Hopefully we still get our points even though there's lag. All right, cool. Flamethrower again. All right, guys, this is going to end it off. Thank you for watching. If anybody has any suggestions for lines of 3 they'd like to see, you can leave a comment, and I will be sure to check that out and try it out and make a video just for you. Lag again. 3, 2, 1. All right. Thank you guys. See you next time.